So I was scrolling on YouTube the other night when I happened upon this video by some dumbass. The game feels new and refreshing and exciting and full of potential all at once again. Metal Croc? What kind of name is that? Anyway, unlike that schmuck, I actually have some hours in this game. Not to mention my rank. Actually, can we just go back to the hours? So yeah, I'm basically here to give you the objective opinions on Overwatch 2. Now at first glance, I could see why that poor guy was thinking that Overwatch 2 felt new and fresh. The removal of one tank really seemed to change up the meta at first from the super shield heavy gameplay of Overwatch 1. I think what really changed the gameplay up though was reworks. Orisa was completely reworked to not even have a shield, or her ult, or her grab move. Why are these highlight intros in the game again? There's an argument to be made that only having one tank means teams will have to really commit to a certain playstyle. Like if Doom is your tank, you're gonna go pretty heavy into dive, because you won't have the poke potential you might have if you had a Sigma, or the brawl potential you could have had if you had a Reinhardt. Except that nobody plays any of these tanks, because the only tank in the game has been Roadhog for almost 3 months. Now Orisa. Not counting the 1 week where Doomfist turned into Johnny from The Shining before Blizzard made him worse than he was in Season 1, the DPS balance has been about the same, with Sojourn being so OP that Blizzard gave a buff to her primary fire, without removing her headshot. My sister, who's Bronze 7 and plays with an unplugged steering wheel Wiimote while blindfolded, was telling me how good she is on Sojourn, just for reference. As for supports, those changes have been huge, like Mercy getting 5 more bullets to not use while she pockets that Sojourn. If anything, Overwatch 2 has really shown me that certain heroes just can't be very strong for the game to be fun for everyone else. Consider Sombra at the start of Overwatch 2, or pre-nerf, post-buff Doomfist. I loved Doomfist being strong like that. He was really fun. For me as the tank. And that's about it. It wasn't fun for support players getting stomped into the ground, or for DPS that had to fight what is essentially just a beefed-up DPS. Here's an actual graph from a study done by the Mayo Clinic that shows the rate that support players unalive themselves in Overwatch 1. Now, boom. Here's that graph post-Doomfist buff in Overwatch 2. Coincidence? Some heroes just can't be strong for the game to be enjoyable, and things like Sojourn One-Shot, Invisihack Sombra, Infinidoom are unhealthy for the game when meta. Could you imagine a meta where Wrecking Ball was the best tank? Ugh. It really does feel like Overwatch 2 is missing some kind of other game mode that really encourages teamwork. Something where all the players versus some kind of AI, maybe even with skill upgrades in an RPG-style game-type fashion, like a PvE mode, or something, I don't know, I'm just making up stuff. This just announced, Overwatch 3 will be a new 4v4 game releasing with a new game mode PvE-style type gameplay, where heroes work together. Now this is exciting, and could actually be worthy of the title of sequel. This just announced, Overwatch 3's PvE game mode has been removed in favor of a second battle pass and 2 new shops. Now you can buy a skin bundle from 4 years ago for the low price of 3 payments of $19.95. To be more serious for a second here at the end, I loved Overwatch 1. It was easily my most played game from 2016 to 2020. It felt like there was real passion behind it. I was able to take everything in good faith. The open communication and the dev updates from Jeff Kaplan felt so transparent, and I was really worried when I saw that he left. Not that he's the entire reason for Overwatch 2 being the way it is, but Overwatch 2 can still be fun, because the core gameplay of Overwatch is fun, but I think it's obvious that the development time that should have gone into things like the PvE mode went more into the shops and the rebrand to free-to-play. That's all Overwatch 2 was. Marketing hype and a rebrand to free-to-play. I know they have convinced a lot of people that free-to-play means it's okay to have exploitive shop prices because you don't even have to pay for the game, man. But I did pay for this game, because everything Overwatch 2 has done so far could have been updates for Overwatch 1. And just remember, if a game is free-to-play, well then you're the product. If you stuck around to the end of the video, I just wanted to go ahead and say I appreciate you listening to what I have to say. If you liked this video, don't forget to leave the video a like and subscribe. You can find me streaming Overwatch and other games over at twitch.tv/metallicrock, and you can find me on Twitter at metallicrock_. Peace out.